In this video, I am going to show how to create a bit more complex Scratch game. So here is a finished game. So you can see shark and fish. This fish happens to be a very healthy fish. It's eating only apples, and this shark is trying to eat this fish. Okay. So I'm going to use the keyboard arrow keys to move this little fish. Let's go ahead and run the program. So you can see the shark is trying to come close to the little fish. So little fish moves a little faster. You can see whenever it touches an apple, you get a score. Missed opportunity. There you go. Okay, so I can see the shark is kind of moving slowly, so it gives us a lot of so you can see the small fish is kind of touching the okay. So anytime the shark touches the small fish, at that time game is over, everything stops. I have no idea why these few apples are upside down. I guess maybe because they were not set correctly. So hopefully we kind of understand what's going on here. So let me kind of show you step by step kind of how to achieve somewhere close to this. Okay, so I'm going to go back and forth between two screens and try to achieve. Okay, so we are on the Scratch website and start creating. So let's close this. Okay, tutorial closed it. The sprites, I'm going to just cross the X mark, so I removed the sprite as well. Let's go ahead and look for our sprites. To keep things simple, I'm just going to keep the same sprites. Fish, where is the fish? Animals. Do we still have the fish? Maybe that fish is not there. I don't know. Shark is there. So you can see different poses it shows, right? So okay, so I think there are 3 poses, so let's click on that. So your shark now added. Let's see, where is our little fish? We can go under again animals to have kind of less number of items in the screen. Of course you can search here too. Let's do search. Okay, looks like that fish is not there in the new version. Okay. Wow. I'm surprised it has this many views. Okay. That's okay. We'll go with this fish. That's okay. Okay. So now one last remaining thing is the backdrop. So background thing, it's all plain. So let's do the backdrop. Underwater, right? So used to have more options. Now it looks like there are a little bit less options. So these are the backgrounds. Okay, underwater. I guess it's let's go with this one this time. Don't like the color combination. Not there. Backdrop, underwater. Okay, I don't know which is better. This looks kind of a bit more clumsy actually. That's okay. Anytime we can make changes to that. Okay, so now let's get back to sprites. So we have the apple, shark and fish. Fish, when you look at the fish costumes, it's really strange that they would have given different fish as the costume. It's quite interesting. So these are the kind of options we have. Okay, just for color contrast, maybe I'm thinking and keeping it small. Let's keep this one mainly. Let's use this one. So this is still quite big compared to the shark, right? So we want to make this bit smaller. Wow, that's not good. So let's select everything and make it smaller. Okay, now it's small, but this is the center of the sprite, so it's very important to kind of make it center. That way generally it's good if the sprite is centered. Okay. I have seen sometimes unexpected some weird behavior, the touch mechanism and all that, doesn't work very well sometimes when you don't have that way. Okay, now comes the apple. Let's try to make it small. See, if you reduce like that, that's what happens. So let's go back, go ahead, do a rectangular bounding thing and make it small. Okay, so then makes it a lot easier. Okay, reasonably adjusted. Okay, so now the sprites are adjusted. I think that's good enough. Shark is there. Let's go back to the code. Okay, so now this time all the game is going to be controlled by the flag, and one more thing we need is the variables, right? What was the variable here? Score, of course. So make a variable score. It is for all sprites. Okay, so immediately you can see the score is appearing here. Okay, that's good. Now we are ready to make the apple move back and forth, right? So let's go for the code for the apple. So apple can simply move back and forth. So let's say move 10 steps. If on edge bounds, right? If on edge bounds, and control, just keep doing this forever, right? And how does it get started? When the flag is clicked. Okay, so let's go ahead and run it. So that's extremely fast, right? So we don't want this fast, so maybe 3. So it's all trial and error, you know. So how about 2? The 3 looks okay. If you look closely, apple kind of goes upside down and turns and comes back. Again it flips back. Sorry for the small image. So it flips back, right? So that's the nature. If you don't put any restriction, it will always happen. Similarly, it happens for the other objects too. We don't want all that, so we go back to motion, and here set rotation style left to right. Then it won't go kind of upside down. Okay, so we do that. Let's try again. So immediately you can see it flipped back. So now it will not go upside down at all. Okay, very good. So one more thing we need to do is when fish is touching apple, that we should increment the score. So the question is, where do we put that code? Do we put it in the fish or do we put it in the apple? As intuitive as it may seem, due to our program here, the way it looks, it's better to put it in apple. Okay, that way when we clone the apple, when you make multiple apples, so that then we don't need to do much, we don't need to worry or make any changes here. Okay, so maybe in the end things will come together. So let's go ahead and put a if statement. Control if statement. If the apple is touching the fish, small fish, then we should increment the score. Sensing, right? So touching, yeah, if the apple is touching the fish, right? Touching the fish, then variables, change score by 1. Okay, can we test it out now? There you go. Automatically when it crosses the fish, you can see the score just keeps going up. Okay, you can make it very fancy, you can control it and all those things we can do. You can slow down the score and all. I'm not going to get into all that. Okay, very good. So now we need to make this fish moving and this fish moving, right? So let's go to the tiny fish. Okay, tiny fish should be moving based on our mouse actions. Okay, so the events when space key is pressed, right? So when the up arrow pressed, when the down arrow pressed, so all this have to be implemented. Maybe up arrow here, down arrow here, left arrow here, right arrow here. So all we have to do is up arrow. We have to move it up, right? Move the fish up. So since move 10 steps really moves forward, so it's easier to do this X and Y. Okay, so okay, so the up arrow -5 and the down arrow, let's do the just 5. Probably that's correct. I don't even know whether that's correct. Up arrow maybe 5. We'll test it out. Let's go ahead, run it. Up arrow. I'm going to press the up arrow. It's going down. So I got confused by something, another environment. So make it 5 and this is -5. Okay. Left arrow, same way. Change left arrow -5. Right arrow 5. Okay. So that's good. Now let's see, I'm running it in the full screen mode. So now you can see, you can keep going with the fish, and you can see keep up with the fish. One thing though, when fish moves left, it kind of moves backward. That's not very nice. So we want to face it that way. So we can let's see, what can we do? Point in direction 90. So when you do left arrow, you can do point in direction this way, right? And similarly, when you do right arrow, point in 90 degrees. Okay. So now let's see that behaves properly. So I'm going right, looks good, and left, upside down. See that? Right is left or upside down. So that's the default behavior. So somewhere we have to say that we don't want that upside down. So how about we control it with the event? Simply the mouse is clicked, right? Mouse is clicked. We'll say motion and set rotation style left right. That way we want to go the okay, let's see, stop, run again. Yeah, so now you see it's fixed, so looks much better. Okay, doesn't go upside down. Okay, and you can see every time stops and starts, the score doesn't reset. So somewhere we should, maybe this is a good place because this runs only once. So this is a good place. Set variable okay. Now let's see, when I start, you can see it becomes 0. Okay, good so far. Now only thing that we haven't dealt with is the shark. Even shark seems pretty big. Costumes. So we go to costume. You can make it maybe a little bit smaller. Approximately center. So you can see right there in the middle there's a kind of plus sign type of thing. Okay, that's good. Let's go back to code. Yeah, this is good, right? So now shark is not going to freely move around. Its a whole goal is to kind of catch this fish, right? So when the mouse is pressed, when the arrow is pressed, then forever we are simply going to keep moving towards the little fish, right? Okay. In fact, you can even do this repeat until too. Should I do that? So let's remove this one. So how about repeat until we touch the small fish, right? So let's do the sensing, repeat until touching, repeat until touching the small fish. Make sense? right? Keep on going. So now there is some point towards, right? So point towards the little fish and move some steps, move inside, right? So all it does is point towards the little fish and moves inside. Based on the thing that I know, there will be some issues. Let's see. You can, by the way, manually you can move things around like that. Let's go ahead and run. See how it looks. So now I can drag it somewhere else. Stop. So it goes like that. It doesn't, it just glides, right? So let me put it somewhere here. Upside down. See, we don't want upside down either. Okay. And also it has several poses. See, not this one. The shark has 3 poses. Okay. So we want to take advantage of that. So let's fix all these things. First of all, we don't want the fish to go upside down. Okay. Set rotation style left to right, and then inside how it looks, we can say next costume. Okay. So now let's see how it looks. Whoa, that's moving way too fast. Extremely fast. Stop. Okay. We want it to go a bit slower. Let's see. Moving. So you can see it will come, eventually it comes very close to our fish. Okay, that's way too fast. I forgot how to slow down things here. Control. Well, we can always put a variable and do that slowly. I'm just looking for some other easy way to do it. We can count to 10 and then we can do next costume rather than you know what, let me go ahead and look inside here. That's the easiest way. Existing code. Wait seconds. Okay, let's see, wait is in the control. Okay, so let's see, under control right there, so wait 1 second. And that also means it's going to slow down the fish a little bit, right? So let's see. Yeah, you can see extremely slowed down, right? So extremely slow, we don't want that much slow down. So here you can edit that and 0.2 seconds. Let's keep the same value we saw. Even that looks pretty slow. 0.1 second. Okay, much better. So now here is the magical part. So all this is happening. So there's only one apple, right? So it goes through the thing. So we are not able to kind of get to the apple consistently. So maybe you can speed up some more. It's taking way too long, right? So maybe you can move 2 steps since it's waiting too. You can do all these cosmetics. This is not really important with respect to what we need to do. So if we stand anywhere, eventually shark will catch up. Okay, so you can see shark is kind of that rectangular area is touching the fish. Okay, so now what we're going to do is really cool. Is take this apple, right click and simply say duplicate, and one more duplicate. So not only duplicates the apple, it duplicates the corresponding code too, whatever code it had. So what does the apple code have? So just going back and forth, whenever it touches the fish, it increases score. So we're just going to move things around a little bit. So now if you want to have one more apple, right, so there you go. So now you can, when things are moving, now in full screen we have so many apples, we start, all of them move around. See, that's the beauty of the cloning. So now any apple you touch will be able to increase the score. See, because in addition to cloning the object, we managed to clone the code also. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video and you understood the various things that you can do to create a game. Thank you so much.